So let's just say you have here your floor plan. After that, you have your boundary lines. And then after that, house is around like this. Then there's a carport column. So here is your main entry. You have the carport here. Then after that, you have, so you want to do your goal is to do a elevation and a section. Okay, so we will do 4 and 2. Okay, so where is your front? So this is the front, the view there. This is your right elevation. This is your rear elevation. This is your left elevation. Okay, now your viewing plane is like this initially. So this is an eye to symbolize there is a viewing plane. Now everything after that is your front view. Now I noted there you want to move this in between the gate. So this gate and your front entrance, so you can see the plane here. Okay, so this will be your front. Okay, so no longer here but this one. Okay, now you establish your spaces for your elevation. So let's have an elevation. So you make, using your pencil, you make some guidelines. So from your ground line, then you get your, so how do you get your roof and the height of your wall and the height of your roof? So in your learning activity, I noted there you have the wall. For the purpose of presentation, we use 3 meters height. Okay, then what we will do for your roof is we do a 1.5 meter. Now those roofs that will be a bit lower will be 1 meter. Okay, from the ceiling line. Now you want to also note these are your primary elements. Now your secondary elements, doors and windows. Okay, so you have a rough estimate. So this is around 2.1 meter height. Then your window is, you project, it's around, you can say 1.2 to 1.5 meter height, 0.9 from the ground. Okay, so the ground line. All right, now you want to note your humans elevation entourage. So last time we did not put in a scale but just a proportion and estimate on how it would look like on the paper. Okay, but now we will do a scale, 1:100, 1:200. Now we will decide on that. Now also you want to include the height for your car. Okay, I noted down the size. So humans is around 1.5 to 1.8 meters. This is around 5 feet to 6 feet height. All right, now going back to our elevation. So your wall is around 3 meters, so you get an estimate here, 3 meters. Okay, and you project your guidelines. Okay, after that you project a 1.5. Okay, 1.5. Okay, so that's your 1.5. You project it there. Now you use your plan to make your walls here. Okay, so from here you get the wall here. Okay, wall here, then a wall here. Okay, and then another wall here. After that there is a column here, so there's a column. Okay, now after that you can try to ink it para hindi mo kalim, so you do not forget. Okay, so any element closer to the viewing plane is darker. Okay, so you want to use a point that is darker. So I'm using just a pen for at this demo, but you want to make this one darker. Okay, you want to make this one darker. Okay, because it's closer. Okay, now this one is a bit farther, so it's lighter, and then you have this column. Okay. So after that, you project your roof. Okay. So say you already have a roof. Okay, you insert your roof. Okay. 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 So it is around, if we remember correctly, it's around, looks like this. Okay. So it looks like this. Okay, so it looks around like that. Okay. Now, this one, you have a 1 meter, there's a broken line for your roof, right? Okay, broken line, ganyan, ganyan. Okay, there's a hidden line for that. Now, that would be the roof that you will project here. Okay, so you start from the lowest portion of the roof. Okay, so you use a pencil. So let's say it's around this one. Okay, and let's say this is around this one, and then you have this one, a roof here, right? This one. Okay, so it's around this one. So this one is lower, this one is higher. Okay, so there is a portion that you make an angle, so you get this portion, so you project mo siya, it's around, so around here, and that you connect that one here. Yeah. Then this one, there's also a one. Now this one is lower. Now we note here there's a lower portion. As for the purpose of presentation, 1 meter. So estimate around 1 meter. Okay. Then you get that one. Okay. So for instance, kunyari ito siya. Dito siya. Project mo siya. Ganyan. Okay. So you get that one. Okay. So and then you continue other things. This one. So diretso siya. This one. So if I got it correctly, I think duktong siya. Duktong yata to. So check your works. Okay. Now, what do I mean when you draw your roof line? I mentioned there, use a darker point or thicker point for your ridges. This is the ridges, yung nasa taas. Okay. Because it's too small. So, for instance, this is a roof, right? And then, in between this one, so this is a roof. Kunyari yan, yung roof, diba? Dalawang material na flat. Now, meron dyan magdidikit na cover. So, this is your ridges. So, yun, you project it here. Hindi siya masyado kita. So, you just use a darker shade. Okay? So, ink po siya. So, ink. Now, you want to notice that this one is more closer to the plane. Okay? So, this one is darker. Okay? Please do not, copy. I'm just using this pen at the moment. Basta dark siya. Okay, and then after that, you make it, okay, so hindi siya kumakapit, pero yan na siya. Okay, so the ground line you can also project already. Okay, yan na siya. Okay, now after that, there is a door here, right? Yan, may door dyan, diba? So you project that. So you have here one door, 2.1. So you get around 2.1. Okay, then after that, you get a door. Yan. And then you have a window here, diba? So after that, you window 0.9 from the bottom. And then you say 1.5, a bit higher. 0.9. Okay, wait lang. 0.9 plus 1, 2, 2. Ayan, kapantay niya if you use 1.2. So the window is around like this. So gawa ka ng box. And so you have a window. Okay? So after that, tapos na yung details, wall, roof, door, yan. So, human and car na. Okay, so I told you, you're humans to emphasize a certain skill. So, you want to see ano itsura niya. So, you want to see how it looks in the front door and in the car side, the open spaces. So, you draw, the humans is around 1.5. So, you get 1.5 here. Okay, so you get something like here. So, you use your techniques. Okay, yung body and then yung feet. Then so you just adjust. This is a bit small. Okay. And then after that, you also do your humans here. So, meron ka rin dito. You can see, you put it here. Okay. So, ganyan siya. And then after that, so you try to observe the style. This is a rough sketch. Wala pa yung final. And after that, you observe the car. So, gawa ka ng car. So boxes first to frame your car. So it's around 1.5 to 1. 1.4. So, around this one. So, i-detail mo na lang yung car. Okay? Now, after which, you can now go to the shadows. Okay? And the materials. Okay? So, for instance, this material, you use a long span yellow. Okay? So, you add here details. Ganyan siya. So, this is application of your lessons from freehand line exercises. Okay, so ganun din dito. Okay. So after this, you draw in your shadows. So how do you know the shadows? So for instance, in your floor plan, the orientation is this is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Now the sun rises on the east and then sets on the west. Okay. Now this one does not mean angle niya is, this one is sa taas siya, paganon siya. Hindi siya paganon or paganon. Paganon siya. Okay. So, this one is around 90 degrees. You can say for presentation purpose, 30-60 degrees. So, if you go to the elevation, it's around here. So, meron kang sun. Then, after that, you project 60-90 degrees. Okay. Sabihin natin dito. Ganyan. Okay. Now, this one, you put in the shadow. So, dyan siya. You may not touch on the surface. Remember your lessons on your light, shades, and shadows. Okay. Now, you want to use the shadow here. So, also the same here. Okay. Okay. But because there is no there is no surface here. Hanggang dito lang yung shadow. The shadow is until here. Okay. Now, this forms your elevation. Okay. Now, you just ink everything using the lessons you learned in the previous classes. Okay. Now, I note pala, this is scale. So, we will use, this sketch is not to scale, but when you use it on your paper, you would use 1:200. Okay. So, in that said, you move on to the section. Okay. So, that there's a longitudinal section. So, the longest portion, it's almost square kasi, but according to your paper, we start with the first one, letter A, number 1, and it cross here. Okay. Okay, hindi nyo nakita. Ayan. So, yan. Dito siya. Cross here. After that, so anything after that. Okay. Now, when there is a wall here, it's darker. Okay, kasi near siya sa plane. Ito yung plane mo. Okay. So, when you look at it 3D, ganyan siya. Diba, may wall ka. Tapos, nakakat yung plane. Ganyan. Nakakat siya. Okay, nakakat siya. So, anything that you see there, yan. Okay, nakakat siya. Okay. Okay, nakakat siya. Ganyan. Okay, so that is it. Okay, now I showed you a sample there, attachment for your learning activity sheet. There's front, there's rear, there's section. Now for the front, I showed you how it looks like, so no need for dimension because it's too small. The second one is rear, so it's the same, just flipped the other side, so this side, so same lang yung spacing mo from boundaries to boundaries. Okay, now after which the third one is to show you the section. So what is inside? Okay, what is the difference of elevation and section? Okay, so this one you also note pala, so because you have walls here, okay, you have walls here, fences. So I noted there the fence is around, so you put there around you can say because it's around here, pwedeng 2 meters na wall. So, it's around dito, kahit halos ng door. So, you put in here, sample. Okay. So, meron ka rin dito, sample. Tapos, may halaman ka, di ba? So, around 0.5 meter for your halaman, or for your vegetation. This one also. Okay. So, moving forward to your section. Okay. So, it's just the same. You put in your ground line, you project it here. Okay, say there is a wall here. There's yung end niya. Sabihin natin this one. So, this one. Then, put in here. So, ganun din siya. Same. Okay, kita mo siya isang buo. Then, after that, now, if you have a wall, you shade that. Have a wall, shade that. Then, so we do not, because you did not have lessons for structural, so this one is verify structural only as noted in your sample. Then after that, you would want to put in so I noted there a bit of a higher elevation, because you would notice from the entrance there is an up. Okay, so medyo mataas siya. I noted you can use 0.2. Okay, so ganun siya. And then you see the materials there. Now, you would want to put your human entourage, so around 2.2 at 1.5, so ganyan ka. So, put in your human figure to emphasize the scale. Then after that, you put in your labels. So, labels, sample is around in the middle, tapos put in ganyan. So, you toilet and bath, ganyan. So, you put in label, carport. So, things like that. Then, you are done. Just inked those that represents what is a section, and the rest is for you to replicate on the other side, which is the right and left elevation, and the cross section, which is crossing, so we cross the first one. Okay, so that is it.